Hello everyone, and welcome to my British Royal Family official channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Sovereign George's backup parent, Hugh Grosvenor, merits an incredible PS 10 billion and lies on a 11,500 section of land bequest. Hugh Grosvenor, Duke of Westminster, 32, as of late proposed to his sweetheart Olivia Henson at his monstrous home, Eton Lobby. Since the 15th 100 years, Eton Lobby has filled in as the Grosvenor family's nation home. The property, which is situated in Cheshire, will be home to Hugh and Olivia's future family as the Duke and Duchess of Westminster. The domain comprises of 11,500 sections of land and seems to be a superb spot to live. Formal nurseries, parkland, homesteads and forests encompass the house. Development started in 1870 and was finished approximately 12 years after the fact. The house's design had crumbled by 1960, and like numerous different chateaux of the time, it was destroyed. Be that as it may, the church and large numbers of the storehouses were kept. The plan of the recently built home was considered to be uncaring toward the encompassing nature, so in the last part of the 1980s, it was recased and given the vibe of a French chateau. Meghan Markle looks hypnotizing in £310 camel skirt and top combo in new video. Albeit the grounds are accessible 3 days every year to people in general to fundraise for a noble cause, and a portion of the domain structures can be leased for magnanimous purposes, the house and home are regularly shut to the overall population. There are a few rooms in the Steady Court region that are utilized for displays. An assortment of curios connected with the Grosvenor family are kept in the display room, while records itemizing the family's ancestry and renderings of the corridor at different focuses are kept in the Set of Experiences room. The family's punnies are addressed through ancient rarities in the pens. The long room, which went through remodel in 1992 and at present looks like a sizable farmhouse drawing room, has a limit of 150 individuals. There is presently a lounge area in the previous seat room. The Wolf Room, which includes a movable stage and general media hardware, was made from the carriage room and its adjoining structures. Try not to miss. Non-verbal communication master professes to recognize an extraordinary feeling of validness in Meghan. Duchess of Kent left wedding dress somewhat unsewn for an eccentric explanation. Princess Diana covered a £186 fluid stain on her ivory silk wedding dress. It has 8 Joseph Wolfe dark chalk delineations of birds and 200 seats. The sanctuary is much of the time put away for the family. However, every December, song shows are held there to fundraise for a noble cause. Hugh is regularly alluded to as purchasing a big part of London as the head of a land business that has amassed in excess of 1,500 structures all through the world, including all of Park Path and a big part of Mayfair. As per the Sunday Times Rich Rundown from last year, he turned into a tycoon at 25 years old, and his family is the 12th most extravagant in the whole country. Hugh's dad filled in as Sovereign William's tutor at her late grandniece's solicitation, and was the late Sovereign's 14th cousin once eliminated. The 32-year-old, who has been named the UK's most qualified single man, as a matter of fact, turned into the guardian of the Sovereign of Ridge's oldest youngster ruler George in 2013. Hugh succeeded his dad, significant General Gerald Grosvenor, who unfortunately passed on at age 64 from a cardiovascular failure, to the title of 7th Duke of Westminster in 2016. Though Grosvenor was Hugh's past name. Hugh is the third offspring of Gerald and Natalia Grosvenor. However, because of antiquated regulations, he got the vast majority of the family fortune over his more seasoned sisters. The family home, the 11,500 section of land Eton Domain, and the 23,500 section of land Abisted shooting bequest are all essential for his property. He likewise claims Rare Woodland in Sutherland, Scotland, which is home to a huge number of wild deer and different shocking mountains. Sovereign Camilla has been a candid ally of casualties of homegrown maltreatment and devotes a lot of her imperial work to focusing a light on savagery against ladies. Camilla's fatherly granddad was blamed for viciously attacking his most memorable spouse, reports kept at the public documents show. The late loved father of the sovereign, significant Bruce Shand, was the child of essayist Philip Morton Shand and his most memorable spouse, Edith Marguerite Scarfe. Mr. Morton Shand, who came from a rich foundation and was taught at Eton, Cambridge, the Sorbonne and Heidelberg College, wedded London conceived Anne Scarfe, a relative of Essex ranchers, in April 1916. Yet, a couple of months after the fact, in August that very year, Mr. Morton Shand went after Edith while she was 4 months pregnant with Camilla's dad, the record's guarantee. Official papers documented in 1919, when Edith sued for separate, and uncovered by the Mail on Sunday read, the said Philip Morton Shand fiercely attacked his wife by hauling her by her arms up into an extra room in her nightdress, swelling her bosom and knees and thumping her head, because of which she blacked out. Sovereign Camilla and Andrew Parker Bowles' previous home has a far-fetched connection to Diana. Right now, she was pregnant, and considering her condition, she was taken out under specialist recommendation by Shand's father to his home in Edward's Spot. Not long after the announced brutality, Mr. Morton Shand joined the Imperial Fusiliers, and Edith was let be to bring forth the youngster who might later become significant Bruce Shand. The separation was organized after the finish of the conflict, when the creator gave grounds to separate from in a design normal for men of his status at that point, permitting himself to be found by a confidential specialist in the organization of an obscure lady. In court, the charge of abusive behavior at home was eclipsed by the episode of infidelity, considered more shocking at the time than lifting hands to ladies. Mr. Morton Shand isn't accepted to have been essential for Major Shand's childhood or life. Try not to miss. Meghan Markle dreaded she be upstaged by Victoria Beckham, writer says. Elizabeth E's pearl jewelry was acquired by an illustrious, however, it wasn't Kate. Inside Birkhall, Charles and Camilla's Scottish home, where he'll evade custom. The essayist proceeded to wed, and separation 2 times after the pre-marriage ceremony with Edith reached a conclusion in 1919, and among his youngsters was a young lady who grew up to be the spouse of previous Chancellor Sir Geoffrey Howe, Elspeth Rosamond Morton Howe. His subsequent spouse sued him for separate from on the grounds of savagery, infidelity and departure, while his third wife didn't affirm mercilessness after parting from him. He ultimately kicked the bucket in Lyon in April 1960, home to his third spouse, Georgette Thérèse Edmé Haverel, with his fourth wife close by, Sybil Mary Sissons, who had hitched him in 1931. Camilla isn't known to have freely examined her popular fatherly granddad, as it isn't known whether she knew about the charges against him, and whether they might have additionally pushed her to turn into a boss of survivors of abusive behavior at home, flagging she would keep on keeping the focus on homegrown maltreatment even in the wake of becoming sovereign. In November 2022, Her Highness attacked the worldwide pandemic of brutality against ladies in a milestone and emphatic discourse she conveyed during a high-profile gathering. Facilitated at Buckingham Castle half a month into Lord Charles' rule, the occasion saw among the participants Ukraine's most memorable woman Olena Zelenska, Jordan's sovereign Rania, Home Secretary Suella Braverman, and Boris Johnson's significant other Carrie Johnson. The source of inspiration saw Camilla advising individuals 2 of the most impressive ways of offering assistance to casualties to recollect the people who lost their lives because of aggressive behavior at home, and to tune in to the individuals who can in any case recount their accounts. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, so please don't forget to subscribe my channel and don't miss any update.